Boogie came to play the other day, period. He just came to play.
In a riveting display of speed and power, the Buffalo Bills defensive line asserted their dominance against the Colts during the first week of preseason. The relentless pursuit of the quarterback and impenetrable run defense left the Colts offense struggling to find any footing, setting the tone for an electrifying season ahead. And just like Eric Washington said, Boogie Basham came to play. Overall, the Buffalo Bills defensive line played great, but we are going to see some flaws from some players, especially that are in competition. The Buffalo Bills start the game with Greg Rousseau and AJ Epinesa, with Tim Settle and Ed Oliver as our defensive tackles. Now, Tim Settle, Ed Oliver, not really known to be the biggest defensive tackles in the league, more to be kind of speedier types. And you're going to see on this first play, solid run by the Colts. So you could see AJ Epinesa locking down his guy, Ed Oliver, everyone pretty much doing their job. See the overall explosion off the line too, right? Tim Settle, Ed Oliver, lighter in size, doing some big time things against the run here. Like boom, stacking up. And this is Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, 2 Pro Bowl offensive linemen. We stop him for only a yard. We're going to see Tim Settle get a great jump off the football. See, ball is snapped. Tim Settle already penetrating. It's another run, but Tim Settle, Ed Oliver closing the gaps there. AJ Epinesa on the bottom of the screen kind of has that containment, has contained, crashes. And ideally in this type of situation, 3rd and 3, DeQuan Jones, Jordan Phillips, 2 bigger body defensive tackles, probably be out there in a shorter yardage situation. This is Ed Oliver and Tim Settle, taking on Quentin Nelson and Ryan Kelly. They do kind of get beat a little bit. Offensive line gets to the linebacker, Matt Milano. It was really the pressure that caused the interception to Dane Jackson. If Greg Rousseau didn't make that hop step, avoid the running back who probably should have hit him and gotten in the face of Richardson. So I think Greg Rousseau definitely deserves some credit here for what he did, creating that pressure. I know it was a blitz. We were sending extra guys in off this play. Sierra Neal coming in off the blitz caused some confusion. Right after that great play, we're going to see Greg Rousseau actually miss a tackle here on Richardson. It's an RPO. Kind of hard to read. He had to play the running back first. Gets there for Richardson. He kind of throws a stiff arm and he just misses the tackle. Should have came down with that tackle. Got to wrap up that leg. We'll watch it again. Happens very, very fast, but Greg Rousseau, this is about neutrifying the defensive end. The RPO is what Richardson is looking at right here, right? The defensive end, Rousseau's got to either play the running back or the quarterback, and on this play, he actually plays both, really. His length is so incredible. He's able to really keen in on the running back first, and then he realizes Richardson keeps it. You can see the arm extension there from Richardson. A little bit of a stiff arm. Rousseau should have really had him, and he breaks loose. Here we get our first look at Leonard Floyd at the bottom of the screen. Still Tim Settle, Ed Oliver, Greg Rousseau on the field here, but decent rush here. Leonard Floyd getting a lot of hype in training camp from the media. Coming in off the edge here. We're going to see great reach. Still able to get the ball off. What ended up on this drive, Richardson really started getting the ball out quick. And that definitely doesn't give our defensive line a lot of time to affect the quarterback. But you're going to see a good snap here. Ed Oliver throwing his helmet right into that offensive lineman. Ed Oliver doing some things here. So look at helmet on helmet. Ed Oliver, bam! Look at that shock. That's huge. Absolutely huge. Tim Settle kind of gets turned a little bit. These running lanes are extremely, extremely small. We're making it very, very difficult. Now, Tim Settle does kind of get turned a little bit. See him kind of get turned. Running back reads it really, really well. Here's a unique angle. The Buffalo Bills sent pretty much an all-out blitz here, but we're going to see Ed Oliver sneaking in, right? Sneaking in right in that interior, bringing that interior pass rush. Forces an aired pass. Here we actually have Greg Rousseau getting called for a neutral zone infraction lining up offside. Now, I watched the tape, and you're going to see it here too. I mean, it's so close. We actually heard Sean McDermott after the game talk about, being a little bit disappointed lining up in wrong situations and stuff. But you guys could see, I mean, Sierra Neal seems closer to the ball than Greg Rousseau to me in this formation. I mean, you could see Greg Rousseau at the top of the screen. Even when the ball gets snapped, I'm telling you, he does not jump offside. This series of plays by this Buffalo Bills defensive line is absolutely incredible. You're going to see what really ultimately unfolds. But, really stuffing, locking things up here, getting our first look at Poona Ford. Now, I know this was a big gain, but the Buffalo Bills ultimately end up stopping them. And we're going to get a better look at what unfolded on this play. So really, this angle really presents us who screwed up, and you're going to see with Shaq Lawson. So number 90 here, defensive end, Shaq Lawson, is supposed to have contained. Now he crashes down just a little bit too much, loses sight of the running back bouncing it back, right? So you see Shaq Lawson looking at him. This is number 90, Shaq Lawson's fault. Like, he should have had contained. He shouldn't have pursued as much, and you're going to just see him kind of run lackadaisically to the running back here. Now, and that's one difference I want to depict in this video, is that we're going to go back to the original play. But one thing I want to depict in this video is the overall effort from Shaq Lawson and the overall effort to Boogie Basham. Now, Boogie Basham at the top of the screen at defensive end, and we have Shaq Lawson in here. Now, the thing is, Boogie Basham fighting for a career, fighting for a job in the NFL. Shaq Lawson obviously has been in the league for a while, has been a Buffalo Bill for a while. It's the preseason, not really trying to prove himself, but, just the overall effort on this play. You're going to see, defensive line does a fairly decent job blocking everything up. There's no holes for the running back. The running back is like, where am I going to go? So, of course, he decides to bounce it back out wide. So I guess Sierra Neal and Shaq get caught up. But really, as a defensive end, he's trying to collapse things. But right there, he should really be focused on containment, too. He just lost sight of the running back. You're going to see him. Running back sees it and bounces out wide. Shaq might be trying to trip him right there, but misses out. Running back gets around. 2nd and 4, we have Ed Oliver, Poona Ford, Shaq Lawson, and Boogie Basham out there. Boogie Basham, Shaq Lawson, I think, are really in competition with one another this training camp and preseason, both sharing a similar skill set, that edge setter on the defensive line, defensive end position. Look at the get off from Boogie. I mean, Boogie, bam, penetrating. He's the only defensive lineman on this play that is penetrated in the play, right? Jacking up that tackle, just boom, and bottle things up. This entire defensive line just did such a great job. 2nd and 4, boom, Ford, right? Everyone just jacking things up, holding things up, not allowing the first down. Okay, 3rd and 2 now, right? Look at that move. On this play, you're going to see Eli Anko, number 51, lined up next to Poona Ford. We have Shaq Lawson, Boogie Basham out there right now. I mean, this is a power front for the preseason. And just look at what Eli Anko does. Number 51 rotates his shoulder. Look at that. Rotates his shoulder, stuns on that offensive lineman, jacks things up, and what it does is allows Boogie Basham a little bit of room to create space and make the tackle, right, for no gain. It was a great play by Boogie Basham, too. We're going to get, here's a better angle of it. You see Boogie Basham, really, Quentin Nelson, Ryan Kelly, that offensive line, Pro Bowlers up front, getting jacked up by Eli Anko and Poona Ford. Boogie Basham sheds the block, comes in, and makes the tackle for no gain. That's what I'm saying. This series of football, right? 4th and 1 now. After that kind of cruddy first down, Shaq Lawson over pursuing. 4th and 1. Here we go. What's going to happen? Boom. Jacking things up and runs into a wall. Nothing. Really, this defensive line completely dominates. Boogie Basham, Eli Ankou, Poona Ford, Matt Milano blitzing in there, Tyrell Dotson, Ciaran Neal, really, boom, jacking everything up for no gain, turnover on downs. Now we're back to having Tim Settle and also Ed Oliver out there, Shaq Lawson on the top of the screen, AJ Epinesa, clean pocket. No real pressure. I would say Ed Oliver really had the most pressure here. I mean, Ed Oliver one-on-one really should be affecting the quarterback, and he did get close. This is really what we want to see. Ed Oliver, one-on-one situations, right? Seeing him try to rip. You could really see Shaq Lawson, one-on-one, just got beat. Right? AJ Epinesa and Shaq Lawson really not doing much. Tim Settle getting double covered there. Now in this play, Tim Settle gets beat by Quentin Nelson. I mean, potentially the best guard in the NFL on Tim Settle, and he just creates a hole. He seals Tim Settle off. The running back sees it, and he breaks one for a decent gain. We're going to get two great shots at this. AJ Epinesa, but you're going to see Tim Settle, number 99, gets sealed there by Quentin Nelson. And then, boom, the guard pulls, blocks up Dorian Williams, who sheds the block. Get another angle here. Number 99. Okay. Watch what happens here with Tim Settle. Number 99 gets blocked, and he gets turned. See how the offensive lineman has his feet turned, creates a running lane there, and he's gone. Ed Oliver kind of misses the tackle. Tim Settle muscling his way through, bull rushing his way through, creating penetration. I mean, this is what you want. We need defensive linemen in the backfield, right, behind that blue line. Tim Settle really blew up this play. There's a screen play by the Colts, and you're going to kind of see everyone really fell for it. Whole entire defensive line got tricked, but it's a screen, and they made a great play. We want to see these defenders make game-changing plays, and Tim Settle, bull rushing again, collapsing the pocket, gets a sack. Great job there. Now, Gardner Minshew is now in the game. Richardson is out, but you're just going to see a great overall pass rush. Brings him right down. Right after that Settle sack, Boogie Basham gets one of his own. Rushing off that edge, comes in clean. Pocket kind of collapses. You're going to see coming in off that edge, pocket collapses, and Gardner Minshew gets tackled, brought down by Basham. We're going to see just a great pass rush, right? Boogie Basham, great first step off the football. Look at that, hands, right? Chops the tackle's hands out of the way, gets around him, stays in pursuit, gets his hand grabbed on Minshew's jersey there, right? Brings him right down. Tim Settle, almost back-to-back sacks. We got Poona Ford and Tim Settle out there. Different type of package. And then Poona Ford brings him down. You're going to see just the overall build, too. He is slightly bigger than Tim Settle, who's on the bottom, right? Poona Ford, I mean, for the size that he is and the weight that he is, to make that move, I mean, that was decent move there for a big guy. So you're really seeing the rotation on the outside, on the interior. Sean McDermott rotating defensive ends, defensive tackles, different packages on almost a play-to-play basis here, and really doing a decent job. Eli Ankou, number 51, kind of escapes. Boogie Basham on the tackle. A lot of these guys are fighting, but number 51, look what he does. Helmet, hat on a hat, helmet on a helmet. Ankou fights for his way, extends, throws the offensive lineman into the running back. Are you kidding me right now? Look at him hopping. He's dancing. You got Boogie Basham out there and Shane Ray rushing. Shane Ray almost getting the tackle there. Oh, he does get the tackle. Doing a decent job. The Buffalo Bills defensive line was completely dominant versus the Colts. Yes, we saw some highs, we saw some lows from all the players on this defensive line, but to me, who showed the most effort? Who was really flying around and making the most amount of plays? This needs to be determined for the 53-man roster. If you enjoyed this video, hit like, subscribe, it supports my efforts towards this channel. Also, check the links down below. You guys could get free shipping on Buffalo Fan Shop from Etsy all the way up until the first beginning week of this season. But I appreciate every single one of you. Go Bills.